always starts before I think it does. Oh, we are good now, but I need to start recording. Hold on. All the things. Haha! Welcome to the Nonprofit Shoutout interview today. I'm Ryan Lanier with Organizing for Good. And we have some special guests today. Would you like to introduce yourself? Go for it.
I will. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, so my name is Chris Fullerwig. I'm one of the co-founders of Austin Farm Sanctuary along with my wife, Angela. And I'm here with Buddy, one of our residents.
Buddy, thank you for coming to the party.
Oh, he's grateful to be here. If he's in Papa's lap, he's a happy boy. So
oh my
it's
goodness.
A good time.
And how long has he been residing with you?
Yeah, so he moved here on September 4th. So when he was 4 weeks old. So he's getting close to that. What is that putting him at almost 12 weeks here pretty soon. So he was rescued from a local goat farm. He was being raised for meat. But honestly, lucky for him, he's blind. So he was raised by the farmer. The farmer, because he was blind, he had to start bottle feeding him. And by bottle feeding him, he kind of built a little bit of a connection for him, or just saw him differently than all of the other ones that he and she saw as products. So conveniently, they built that connection with Buddy and were able to find us through some friends and surrender him to us. So he's been here for about a month and a half now.
I can't. Seriously, my cheeks are just going to hurt from smiling so much. That is too sweet. And he's looking for buttons or nipples.
Anything he can chew on. Anything he can chew on. He's all about cords, about buttons.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily he's pretty satisfied with his pets right now. So
well, I think he won the lottery. So he's blind. Oh my goodness.
He's blind. Yeah. So he was born blind. Something genetic, don't really know. It wasn't necessarily anything that happened to him. It just happens. Yeah.
He's just special.
Yeah. So yeah, he's been getting his bottles ever since he was with us, and you can see now he's going to go into sleep mode. He's all about his post bottle snuggles. And when I say post bottle, pre-bottle, 5 hours after bottle, like right now, he's ready to tuck away.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. He's going to keep you warm, because I know that we've had a bit of a cold snap here in Austin, Texas, and I'm sure you are enjoying a little bit of warm goat loving. So okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's nice and sunny right now, but I'm glad to have him. And I've been tucked away in the office, so I'll take whatever the elements want to bring me, frankly.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
So, oh my God, he's too sweet. So I want to have you explain, people know that I do nonprofit shout out interviews, and this is definitely the first one where a goat has appeared. So I want you to start, tell us all about the Austin Farm Sanctuary.
Yeah, happy to. So Austin Farm Sanctuary, nonprofit, obviously farm animal rescue. We're located just east of the Austin airport, so kind of between Austin and Bastrop. And our purpose is to provide forever homes and rescue to animals in need, specifically farm animals. A lot of people don't think about, animals really outside of dogs and cats that can be rescued, but there's plenty of other ones that need home, need to be rescued and then need forever homes. And farm animals, as no surprise, are ones that are very often in that situation. So, 4 years ago, my wife and I kind of stumbled into this life by rescuing a couple of farm animals. And again, fast forward 4 years, we've moved to more property and have about 70 full-time residents that call the sanctuary home.
That's absolutely amazing. I know that, we think cats and dogs and domestic animals, and we think, wild exotic animals, people who have purchased those foolishly. But the farm animal, it makes so much sense. Now that you bring it up, I'm like, well, of course they do. Of course they do.
Yeah, when we first rescued farm animals and we started to look into it and we saw that there were other farm animal rescues and sanctuaries, it was surprising to us. It was, it was surprising that it was surprising, but it was like, oh, great, of course, yes.
Right.
I mean, there's no other animal on the face of the planet that's more underserved than farm animals. So why would they not require that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, so so my purpose, my passion project is to have people learn about what's going on with the extra struggles now of nonprofits in 2020. So if you could share some of that, because it's super important that we understand that supporting nonprofits right now is unbelievably extra important.
Yeah. Yeah, it's obviously been a strange year. So navigating it has been hard. I think for us, obviously with most nonprofits, it's twofold. We are 100% volunteer run and 100% donation and based. So with a pandemic happening, less volunteers become available and less funds become available, and that's certainly hit us as well. So what we've been working on developing kind of smaller volunteer opportunities, come out once a week as yourself or with a person to kind of take care to kind of help on that side. So that's been great. And then really on the fundraising part is what we're still working to figure out. How do you create stability in such an unstable time? And there's a lot of opportunities here. There's sponsorships. Like you can go to our website and go find Buddy and do a sponsorship of Buddy. And so you can kind of build a relationship with farm animals, which is what our purpose is anyway. And then that allows for you to also support us. And I mean, it's incredibly helpful because that's a monthly donation that we can kind of count on,
Sure.
And counting on something at a time like now, as we discussed, is hard.
Right. Okay. So sponsoring the animals, volunteer. You tell me about the volunteer groups you have out.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, our approach used to be that we had volunteers during the week to help with morning and evening feedings, and then come out on. We'd have like a 15 to 20 person volunteer day on the weekends. We've adjusted that approach post kind of March. And we're definitely doing a lot of the during the week volunteers. So if somebody's interested in volunteering with us 4 times a month or once weekly, they can come get trained and go through and do, morning or evening feedings. And then we're working on figuring out how we can do kind of those weekend volunteers. Like you don't have the time, weekly, but maybe you want to come out a couple of times a year, a couple of times a month, trying to make some more weekend opportunities. And people can keep in touch with that by following us on social media, but also joining our newsletter. When we do open up new dates and have events and stuff, our newsletter is a great place to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Do you do, events? Are you doing like a virtual fundraiser? I mean, how are you?
Yeah.
You got to get creative, right? So share.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta be creative. Whoops, I dipped you.
You're there. We're good.
Gotta be creative for sure. So we used to do a lot of tours. So we are still doing private tours. So come and book it for you or up to 8 people. So you can kind of have your own little group that you feel comfortable and safe with. We're also doing virtual tours, so you can book that through our website as well.
Okay.
Jump on a Zoom, do a 15-minute or a 30-minute or an hour long, depending on your availability, and share it with your friends and family, and all jump on and kind of have a moment together while also getting to learn about the animals at the sanctuary. So that's an option. And then last but not least, events. So we are having our first on-site event. We're going to have a camp out next weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. We had one last year, and it was an incredible experience. Had a great turnout, and I mean, we feel like as far as activities kind of during this time, nice socially distanced with masks and outside in nature is about as I think that feels good for a lot of people's souls, but also you can feel safe and comfortable doing it. So we're really excited about that. Yeah.
Once upon a time when my kids were in Scouts, we spent the night at not the Austin Zoo, but there used to be one near Bastrop. It was another
Capital of Texas Zoo. I think there's another one out here. Yeah, I see the sign
the
for it.
Capital of Texas Zoo. Yes, that
can't
was
vouch
another.
For any zoos. I'll just say I can't vouch. I don't know.
Right, no vouching. This was a like someone was trying to save exotic animals, and he got so many it became a zoo.
Yeah, that's my understanding of it as well. Yeah, it seems from the story of it seems pretty amazing.
Yes, so we spent the night there, and the peacocks at 3 or 4 a.m. and then the lion roaring was pretty intense, really very cool. So what special skills do the farm animals do to bring pleasure to the campers?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, I just think the presence of farm animals is something that's not, and I mean, like the giant and brilliance of a horse, a lot of people feel, but like you can experience that with a 700-pound pig or a 1,200-pound cow that's just like this massive energy. So I think that there's a lot of just that kind of, you know, feelings that people get. But also, yeah, we went to sleep last year and you hear the, just feeding the pigs in the evening and hearing all their, you know, so you're kind of sitting down, hanging out at the campfire and hearing, you know, pigs smacking in the background, having their happy meals. And then, you know, in the morning, starting up with some roosters to kind of wake you up and just give you that farmy feel to kind of welcome you to the day. So, yeah. And then, of course, Buddy is already first thing for his bottle. So meeting him for his bottle, which here's just some insight on Buddy.
Good grief.
And his life right now. Yeah, great Buddy update.
My God. And that's your job. You get to sit there and have Buddy sleep on you. How nice is that?
It's my hobby. I work an 8 to 5 consulting job during the week. So this is when I can break out, I appreciate a 30-minute meeting in the middle of the day to get some sunlight. But yeah, usually inside for evenings and weekends.
Right. Of course. I mean, it's, so you have quite a juggling act, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a good split. I really like the place that I work at, so I get to put on the kind of business hat, go there, and I guess I still go here, but it's for a different thing driving me, which is really cathartic and just doesn't feel like work when I'm out at the farm for sure.
And is that something that was in your life before starting the sanctuary, or?
No, I mean, I grew up in suburbia in South Houston, grew up in a cul-de-sac. Didn't meet a pig until we rescued a pig, you know.
Wow.
Obviously being in Texas, I drove by, you know, pastures full of cows, and that was about the experience I had with farm animals until Doya entered our life. And now I have a very different experience and understanding and relationship with them.
So was Doya your introduction animal?
Yeah, so when Angela, my wife, and I first bought our first house, about a week after buying it, we had a half acre. It was for our 4 dogs and us to kind of grow our little family. Found about 2 goats that were in need, rescued them because we're like, sure, extra goats. We have a half acre backyard. It's basically dogs. But that led to, that of course got the brain moving a little bit and led to a call from a neighbor one day saying, hey, I know you have goats. It seems like y'all are interested in weird animals. I just found about this pig that has a day to live unless there's another option. And she's like, I don't know any other options. Would y'all want to take him? And that's Doya. Doya was being raised in a local FFA program, Future Farmers of America. The young woman who was raising him didn't want to send him to slaughter, which is what happens at the end of the project typically. And it seemed like we were the only hope. So we decided to go for it. We hadn't, at that point we were vegans, so we weren't actively hurting animals, but we had never thought about proactively saving them in other ways other than just activism. And this is kind of we saw this as our outlet to further help. And yeah, that was Doya, and that got everything rolling.
Your gateway animal.
Our gateway animal, 100%.
Your gateway resident. So as we were talking on Tuesday, I love the way you refer to the animals as residents. Can you talk a little bit about that terminology?
Yeah, I think it's an important one that we've kind of adopted as we've grown as a sanctuary. And, we see every one of them as individuals. This is not a zoo. They are not here or a petting zoo. They are not here for us. We are here for them. So we like to be able to make sure that, so by using the term residents as opposed to our animals or our pets or something along those lines, they don't belong to us. They're residents of the sanctuary that we serve, as opposed to the other way around. And I think that verbiage is important because we want to encourage a distinction, or actually kind of remove this separation we have between people and farm animals and distinguish them as individuals that are worth isolating and considering, as opposed to kind of just turning a blind eye to. So, yeah.
So you're in community with them. They're your farm family, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're our farm family, and we are here, to serve them. That is what we've given our lives to do. And so we want to make sure that way in which we discuss them and talk about them and share them with everybody else, so they can see them in the same light that we do, as opposed to the, use verbiage that would align to what people are more comfortable with, or, at the time.
I'm continually
Clearly,
fascinated.
I serve him.
Oh, yes, I think so. At least you serve him as a lounger right now, for sure.
I'm a great Shea lounge, that's for sure.
So is there a network? Like, how does this work? Is there a national network? I mean,
yeah, it's a really good question. There's a really good network of farm animal rescues. There's a Facebook group where a number of us are on there, and I say a number, I mean probably close to 100 or something along those lines, big, small. So yeah, that's been really important to us for, veterinary care needs, just fundraising needs. I mean, it's very specific. Not a whole lot of farm animal vets know how to care for an animal who's not being served, to serve some other purpose other than just live long and healthy and happy. So really leaning on that to kind of find out how they're caring for their 7-year-old, 700-pound pig with arthritis has been really great. So, and when there's an animal in need in Arkansas and somebody in North Carolina gets tagged in a post, who do they reach out to, and then they find us when we're close enough. And so, yeah, the network has been incredibly helpful.
Wow. That's very cool. Oh, can we talk about pumpkins? I think that's the whole reason I even know anything about you. So
that's how this happened.
This is a great time of year. Talk about pumpkins, please.
I would love to talk about pumpkins. So, as I mentioned, we have a number of pigs at the sanctuary. A couple of them are 500 to 700 pounds, and a lot of them are, 100 to 200 pounds, and they love pumpkins. And the great thing about that is a lot of people happen to have some pumpkins that they're just not as interested in November. So it's really, we've been connected with wonderful people that you have been connected with as well, and received pumpkin donations, and it makes for a great fun snack for the pigs. It allows for people to kind of be able to give to them in a different way, and obviously saves waste. We don't take pre-carved kind of junky rotten pumpkins, but just ones off front porches that were used for decoration in the fall, and the pigs are all about that life.
Well, this year I'm going to corral pumpkins. I've collected diapers and period supplies. I've collected bags and clothes, and I'm excited to branch out into pumpkins.
Pumpkins, that's where it's at.
So how does that work? Just logistically. So I will just collect them and then just pick a day to bring them to you, or is there a pumpkin collection day, or what?
Yeah, that's a great question. Last year I was working in office. So when people wanted to donate, my truck was basically parked there all day. People could load up the truck and I'd drive away. And that's kind of actually how we had it exchanged some last year. This year I'm working on the logistics of that, but yes, if you specifically are coordinating those, then we would love to have you out to come and share them. If individuals wanted to donate 1 or 2 here, we're going to be working on figuring out a collection way to kind of make that happen.
Okay. Now I'll put out the word and I will get a bunch. I don't have a truck, so we'll have to figure out. Anyway, it'll work it out.
I can also help out with that. We have trucks that we can use.
Awesome. Great. It's a done deal. So last thing I think is important to cover is that you've had some media excitement this week particularly. So please elaborate.
For sure. Yeah. So two very big media opportunities for us, I'll say. So yesterday, an episode of us on Dr. Phil aired. So that was incredible. Still remains to be incredible. The reason how that came about is actually a show today called That Animal Rescue Show on CBS All Access. Just released. It's a 10-part docuseries about animal rescues in Austin. So it features us as well as our friends at Austin Pets Alive, Austin Wildlife Rescue, Central Texas Pig Rescue, Safe in Austin, the Bat Rescue, you name it. So we're kind of all featured there and just talking about this unique animal community that we have here in Austin specifically. But that came out today. Phil McGraw, Dr. Phil, is an executive producer on that show. So it was like a promotional thing. So it was pretty cool. Got to meet the woman whose cows we rescued in January of this year. see her get reunited with her cows for the first time since happening apart with them. And it was a pretty good show, and excited about the one that released today.
That is so cool. I mean, that's the way that things, compound, grow.
Exactly.
Is through the media. That's kind of all we have. So I can't wait to be watching some of that. And boy, Austin is really about its animals. I just almost spit. So
It's exciting.
Very much, I know, it is so exciting. Very, very, I've always been a rescue animal, cat, dog kind of person myself. And you're expanding my frame of reference for sure.
That's awesome.
That. And
that's what it's all about for us.
Very, very, yeah. I love it. I love it. It's amazing. Just checking over my notes to make sure I haven't missed anything. Just, if there's anything I haven't asked you about, I mean, we need another view of Buddy, please. I need some more Buddy.
Yes, he's, Buddy. I'll have to do it from this angle because now he's taking up that other arm.
Oh, goodness. How can we support Buddy?
Buddy. Yeah, actually, that's a great question. So one, I had mentioned sponsorships. Buddy is available for sponsor, austinfarmsanctuary.org, and you can actually do /Buddy just to get straight to the point. Okay. But there's every animal resident here has their own page, has their own sponsorship. So go explore, make some new friends. And then we're actually going to start a hay drive here pretty soon, where we raise money for winter hay. Obviously, we use a lot of straw and a lot of hay in the winter for warmth and for feed. And so we like to load up on that just in case storms come through, ice storm, we're always ready. And then last but not least, Giving Tuesday is on December 1st. So throughout the month of November, we'll be pushing to really try to get a $15,000 donation raised to kind of start our next part in our process, which is expanding. So we're going to be buying more land and working to fundraise for that.
Oh my gosh. Well, so specifically run down. So we've got goats, we've got pigs. What else? With cows. Keep going.
There's cows, chickens, cats, dogs, a tortoise named Wiz. He's hanging out over here, enjoying the nice sunny weather. Okay. And then last but certainly not least, Dolly and Coco. One's a miniature donkey and one's a miniature mule.
Oh, they're the ones I put on my story today. They posed so nicely for that photo. I wanted to reach out and touch their nose. So
they expected carrots and they got a picture. So I don't know if they were happy or not.
Well, this is like, I'm just, every time I do these interviews, I just get so happy. And this one just has been particularly delightful. And
well, thank you.
And I feel like I have a hug. And I'm very excited to push this out, all your specific ways to help and spreading out the education as well. So you and Angela just sound like amazing people. And I mean, I'm sure you would just say we're just people, but you really are making a difference, and it's beautiful to see.
Thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and for your willingness and desire to share our mission and our little place of heaven over here. So thank you so much for the time.
Well, of course. I mean, I'm not Dr. Phil or anything, but I have a few people who will
I don't know. You were the first interview after Dr. Phil, so you tell me.
Oh, okay.
People usually went Dr. Phil Oprah. Now they go Dr. Phil Ryan. That's how it happens.
Come on. I mean, they're gonna be beating down my door. So. Well, thank you so much for your time. And I'm not sure Buddy wants you to get up yet, but I will close this down for us for now.
A stretch just now.
Oh my goodness. Gosh, that's too much. It's just too much. It's too sweet. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna figure out I'm gonna stop the live stream.
Okay.
But hang on. Don't go anywhere. Stay put. Every time I do this, I forget which direction. So everybody, thank you for watching on Facebook today. Share this video. That costs you nothing but a second. So get this mission out so we can get them some pumpkins and some sponsors and a hay drive going. So, all right. And tune in next week. There will be another interview. Thanks for watching.